Rise, Meg.
The Force will be with you.
Always.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Star Wars Meg, here to give you all of the news from a galaxy far, far away, and once more to provide you with a Mandalorian Season 2 update. We have some really awesome news to get through today, guys, in light of the upcoming Chapter 10, or Episode 2 of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Before I get into the video, please may I ask you to hit like down below, to subscribe if you're brand new to my channel, and also hit the notification bell to be alerted each time I post new content. So without too much jibber jabber, let's get into the news. So over the last 48 hours, there's been a lot of discussion regarding Chapter 9 or Episode 1 of Season 2 that came out the other day. But one of the big topics of debate was who was the character at the end of Chapter 9. A lot of people assume it's Boba Fett, but there have been some really interesting speculations going around that it could be someone else. Amongst some of the best theories, this is from The Ringer, and it states, did The Mandalorian just unveil and then redacted? So this article goes into a lot of spoilers and Easter eggs for Chapter 9, but we are going to fast forward to the bit about Temuera Morrison's character. So they write, one interpretation is that this character is Boba Fett. As I write this, the Wikipedia entry on Fett has been updated to feature a screenshot of Morrison's face from The Marshal. But we can't rule out other possibilities just yet. Morrison is the hero with many more than 1,000 faces. He could be playing Fett, but he also could be playing Commander Cody, Captain Rex from the Clone Wars and Rebels, or any other surviving ex-Republic soldier cloned from Jango's genes. The best argument against Morrison's character being Boba Fett is based on his age. Although the rank-and-file Jango clones decanted on Kamino were altered to age rapidly in order to kill separatists sooner, Boba was an unaltered clone commissioned by Jango as part of his price for donating his DNA. In Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Kaminoan Prime Minister Lama Su tells Obi-Wan Kenobi that Boba was a pure genetic replication, with no tampering with the structure to make it more docile and no growth acceleration. Boba was born 32 years before the Battle of Yavin, and The Mandalorian takes place roughly 9 years after it, which would make Boba Fett 41. Temuera Morrison is 59. Of course, it still could be Boba. Maybe the Tatooine climate or a trip through the Sarlacc's digestive system took a toll on his appearance. If he did survive the Sarlacc though, how did the Jawas end up with his armor? Why is he still on Tatooine? And what purpose does he serve the story? We could come up with answers to any of those questions. Maybe Boba is just another bounty hunter tracking Mando and the child. But considering that Rex and Cody survived the Clone Wars, that Rex played an important role in Filoni's animated shows, and that Ahsoka Tano and Bo-Katan, among other Filoni character creations, are rumoured to be making live-action leaps in the season, one of the ex-clones would be a natural conduit between Mando and the Jedi. That may well have been Boba, but I wouldn't be shocked if the juxtaposition of Fett's armor and the cameo from Morrison turns out to be a clever red herring. Then again, Lucasfilm filed for a new trademark on Boba books and merch last week, which may not be a coincidence. For obvious reasons, Boba Fett has been linked to The Mandalorian for a very long time. Even Pedro Pascal initially believed he'd be playing Boba. But when Jon Favreau announced The Mandalorian in October 2018, he took care to set his series apart from the pre-existing character from his own one, and he wrote, after the stories of Jango and Boba, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. So what do you guys think of this? Do you think it is Boba Fett 100%, or are you open to the idea of it being perhaps Cody or Rex? I'm personally not 100% convinced it is Boba Fett at this point until it's been confirmed. Like this article states rightly, it could be a red herring. And while we're on the subject of Boba Fett, I just want to say something that really struck me at the end of The Mandalorian Chapter 9 was the fact that the character, whether it's Boba Fett or someone else, had Kudurfi sticks on them. If it is Boba Fett, it could be that he remained on Tatooine and allied himself in some way with the Tusken Raiders, but we just have to wait and see how this will play out later on in Season 2. So now we move on to another article, and we're still on the subject of Tusken Raiders appearing in The Mandalorian Season 2. So this one is from CBR, and they write, The Mandalorian finally explains a New Hope plot point. The Mandalorian pushed for the humanization of the Tusken Raiders in its first season, making them no longer a generic frightening race of others living nomadic lives deep in the desert, and giving them nuanced and thoughtful behavior instead. Din Djarin, no stranger to the concept of simply walking in and starting a fight, refuses to do that with the Tuskens. He speaks their language, understands their beliefs, and most of all, acts respectfully towards them. Season 2 opens strong with a return to Tatooine and the Tusken Raiders, but goes straight to a Wild West style reminder that the Tuskens, a native people who consider their world's scant resources sacred, often clash with the settlers and their moisture evaporators. There's a little more lore hiding between old Ben Kenobi's shout and Din's reunion with the Tuskens, as they take on a Krayt threatening both of them and the Mos Pelgo community. While the novelization of A New Hope written by Alan Dean Foster is considered a Legends title, it does add an important conversation between Luke and Ben. It directly identifies Ben's howl as a Krayt dragon howl, although from there it was only mentioned in passing in supplementary materials. And now we move on to an article which talks about a rather obscure return for one character. The title of this, and this is from Digital Spy, states, Rogue One, a Star Wars story star teases reincarnation of a dead character. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, was different from other films in that none of the characters had magical force powers, and all the good guys bit the bucket by the end, either by getting shot or by being on Scarif, as it was obliterated by the Death Star. Despite all that, Jyn Erso actress Felicity Jones feels like a return for her character is actually possible. She stated, I just keep saying that reincarnation is totally possible in Star Wars. She said this to The Hollywood Reporter. She then goes on to say, so I feel like there's unfinished business for Jyn, for sure. I think it would be fascinating to see her getting older and wiser and fighting the dark forces in the universe, of which there are many it seems. We always thought that the point of Rogue One was that the characters made the ultimate sacrifice and didn't have the power to come back as a ghost because they were just normal people in war. So for the Star to say that there's unfinished business, we just don't know what to think. So that's all well and good, and you might be wondering how this links into The Mandalorian Season 2. There were rumours sparked by the same website who stated that she could be making a cameo with an explanation as to how she survived. I really think this is doubtful, and I wouldn't like to see it myself, to be completely honest, because we have enough characters who we thought were dead and then came back to life, including Boba Fett. So that is all of the news I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please give me a big fat like, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and please also consider becoming a patron of mine on Patreon. The link is in the description down below, and it would really help to support my channel so that I can keep coming back here every day and giving you new fresh content. So I will see you tomorrow. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you a fantastic rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.